One thing that I've noticed over the last couple of years with a lot of content creators is that they often say that YouTube is dead and YouTube has changed and there's no point in posting to YouTube anymore. And I really have to disagree with this because I have now been posting to YouTube for around 10 years and I do feel like it's been one of the sole reasons that my content creation efforts have been successful. Even to this day, I am still finding different ways of succeeding on the platform, and this is across several of my niches that I have picked. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why it's so important that you have a YouTube channel if you're looking to become a full-time content creator in 2024. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Kaylee and I'm a beauty and fashion photographer based near Sydney, Australia, but I'm also a content creator and I started this channel a few years ago to talk about all things content creation, freelance, business, and social media. And as I mentioned, we are going to be delving into why you should have a YouTube channel in 2024 because I still feel it is one of the most important social media platforms to actually be across. Now, as for a bit of background on me, I have mentioned previously that I've been posting to YouTube now for around 10 years, and that's quite a long time to have been posting to one social media platform for such a long time like that. But having said that, I've also had other social media platforms along the way, and the only two that have really stood the test of time for me in terms of really finding a bit of success on them has been YouTube and Instagram. The jury is still out for me a little bit on TikTok in terms of monetary earnings from that and really becoming a full-time content creator and that being a sustainable thing long term. But overall, I do feel that YouTube has been very king in terms of me becoming a full-time content creator and that really being a huge part of that. Now, there's absolutely some reasons attached to this that I'm going to go through in this video and some that I've really picked up on throughout the years as to why YouTube is such a great platform to have a presence on and why I think it's more important to have a presence on YouTube than certain other platforms out there. So getting started, we're going to go through the first couple of points. And the first point is semi-related to the second point, but the first point is essentially I've found that there's been a little bit more stability and security with YouTube in several ways. Now, the stability and security kind of comes along with the monetary earnings that I've had from YouTube, but it also comes from the general engagement that I've had. Now, this isn't always the case, and there definitely will be highs and lows with both of these things, but I do feel compared to other platforms, I've felt over the last 10 years there's been a lot more stability with YouTube overall. And as I mentioned, this is not to say that content creators that started posting like me over 10 years ago are now still posting and they don't get any views on their videos. That definitely happens, and it happens a lot. And quite often we'll find as content creators that can happen on any platform. I just feel that it usually happens to a lesser extent with YouTube than certain other platforms such as Instagram and TikTok. And I do find that there is a particular reason for this with YouTube being a little bit more stable and secure in that way. And even with monetary earnings, though I've definitely had dips over the years with this and things have gone downhill or gone back up, I do find at least I'm earning from YouTube, which is actually another one of my points that I'm going to cover in a few minutes. But in terms of this particular point with there being more stability with YouTube, I really believe that's due to my second point, which is that YouTube really gives you the chance to build a very engaged community that actually cares. Now, being that YouTube offers the opportunity for longer form content to be posted, I think this is really part of it. And I do think that longer form content really allows you to be better engaged in some ways with your audience and to have more of a connection with them. For example, I've spoken about this on my channel before, but quite often on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, they are short form platforms, and quite often I'll come across people's work and kind of think it's nice. Or for example, if I see a post that I relate to, I might like it, I might follow that person, but I may never go back to their account ever again. And I think that that's kind of the nature of some of those platforms these days. Everything is so fast paced and sometimes there's not enough time for engagement or real connection, whereas YouTube really does provide that. And one thing I think you'll notice with YouTube if you do start off as a content creator in 2024 on this platform is that you'll start to find that over time you will get those regular viewers that start commenting on your videos and will continue to comment on your videos, and you'll be able to continue to engage with them. I think it's a lot easier to have that happen rather than other platforms, for example, like I mentioned, Instagram or TikTok. You really can build a community with YouTube in a way that I don't feel you can in the same way on those other platforms. I think people really have the chance to care a lot more about you and your purpose on this platform because you really do have that option for the longer form content that allows you to connect with people on a little bit of a deeper basis. And now that those really two big pillars of stability and engagement have been talked about, we're actually going to move on to the monetary side of YouTube and why I believe that it's important to be across YouTube rather than certain other platforms. So essentially the fact that YouTube can really be its own stream of revenue for yourself as a content creator, I think is really a wonderful thing, because not all platforms out there really do offer this to creators, and it's kind of a shame because in so many ways I think a lot of people and a lot of content creators get very angry at YouTube for a lot of different reasons. They get angry at AdSense and the AdSense program, and I totally understand why some people do get annoyed at certain things that happen through YouTube and AdSense, but I think at the end of the day, if you treat YouTube income as just another stream of revenue, that's amazing. The fact that you can get paid from actually just posting your content week to week is great. I think that that's a really great thing because, like I said, not every platform offers that opportunity. And at least you're essentially being compensated in a way for some of your time and efforts by being on YouTube and within the partner program. Now, obviously, this isn't something that you can just dive into if you're a new content creator, unfortunately, anymore. There are thresholds that you need to meet with YouTube before you can start earning on the program. But once you have been accepted, it's a really nice feeling to know that at least, even if it's small amounts, especially initially, you are getting some sort of revenue for your time and efforts, which I really do love about YouTube. And along with this and the fact that YouTube allows you to do long form content, there's actually a lot better potential for better and more lucrative brand deals. Now, the great thing is, because as I mentioned, YouTube is a lot of long form content, you can have much more variety in how you work with brands versus Instagram and TikTok, which is much more short form, and you have less of a chance to have that variety. So by variety, I mean having ad integrations into videos. I mean having dedicated videos where you film a full dedicated video for a brand. You can also offer package deals, which means you can have an ongoing brand integration, for example, for a 12-monthly package. This is a great way to create a little bit of consistency with your income as a content creator. So there are numerous ways that you can really set up these brand deals from the beginning, which you can't necessarily do with some other platforms in that particular way. Now, I really wouldn't underestimate this point of the brand deals, because you quite often will get paid more for a brand deal as well on YouTube than you would for a brand deal on Instagram or TikTok. Now, this really depends on your presence and your social media following and all the rest of it, and what kind of video you'll be producing, and also your engagement. But overall, in general, you will usually get paid more for a YouTube video than you would, for example, Instagram content or TikTok content. And as a final point, there are really a lot less limitations on your content because you have so much freedom on YouTube, for example, to do short form content and long form content. The possibilities are really endless as a content creator as to what you can produce on here, and how you can build several other revenue streams as well that are associated with your YouTube channel. You really do have the opportunity to do this in a way that you can't necessarily do with other platforms. As I mentioned, you do have those less limitations, so you may not get bored as easily as what you might on Instagram Reels and posting Reels like all the time, or for example, TikToks even. You do have a little bit more freedom with what you can do. I think for the most part, brands really do value YouTube audiences, and they value them in a way that they don't value them the same way on Instagram and TikTok, for example. As I've been mentioning through this whole video, they really do view them very differently. For example, 2 million followers on TikTok is not the same, for example, as 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Usually brands would look at that 2 million subscribers on YouTube and value that a lot higher in general, and especially if their engagement rate is very good with their videos. So if you're starting off as a content creator in 2024, don't discount YouTube as a platform to get onto, because as I've already mentioned in this video, there are several reasons as to why YouTube really stands out above the rest in terms of social media platforms for content creators. Now, I'd really love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. So if you agree with me, definitely let me know. And if you don't, definitely let me know. And what are your thoughts on YouTube as a whole? What platforms do you prefer to post to? Or what platforms do you not like posting to? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, make sure that you do, because I'll be posting so many more in future. Let me know what you'd like to see on my channel in the comment section as well, as I'd love to hear. But thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.